천자문,
千字文、
千字文.
In this lesson, we will look at characters 473 through 480 of the 1,000 character classic, the 1,500-year-old Chinese classic in which no characters are repeated. The classical texts have already been compiled.
旣集墳典,
旣集墳典、
旣集坟典.
Also, a group of great talents have gathered.
역聚群英,
亦聚群英、
亦聚群英.
Let's look at line 119. I'll offer an English translation character by character. Already, collect, gather, grave, law, canon. Together they can be translated as the classical texts have already been compiled. Let's hear it pronounced. You'll hear it from a recording in Korean, Japanese, and Chinese.
旣集墳典,
旣集墳典、
旣集坟典.
On to line 120, character by character. Also, gather, assemble, group, crowd, hero, excellent. Together, they can be translated as, also, a group of great talents have gathered. Now let's hear it pronounced.
역聚群英,
亦聚群英、
亦聚群英.
Let's look at a few radicals or components. First, have a look at the radical for character 473. That radical means nothing, as in a negative. It's a rare radical, and this is its only instance within the classic. It's worth noting that this radical is used as the simplified Chinese character for the 303rd character of this classic. Next, look at 479. The character for leader or monarch is on the left, and the sheep character is on the right. Together they mean group. And I think it's interesting to see that associations with sheep and a group are cross-cultural. Based on the 8 characters of these 2 lines, I've come up with a word list. I've tried to select words that are common and relevant to Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. Now you hear the words spoken in each language. Déjà vu,
기시감,
데자뷰,
既视感.
concentration,
집중,
集中、
集中.
group, mass,
집단,
集団、
集团.
grave, tomb,
분묘,
墳墓、
坟墓.
type, model,
전형,
典型、
典型.
dictionary,
사전,
辞典、
词典.
horde, mob, masses,
군중,
群衆、
群众.
hero,
영웅,
英雄、
英雄.
English language.
영어,
英語、
英语.
Have a look one more time at the words of this lesson. See which ones you remember. Okay, let's move on. Now I'll take one more look at each of the characters and offer a few additional notes and perhaps pose a question or two. I'll also give each character a rating. A rating of 5 suggests the character is common and essential to all 3 of these languages. A rating of 1 suggests the character could be obsolete. This one means already, so it makes sense that it appears in déjà vu, which means already seen. I think this one gets used in different ways in all three of these languages in words like already married or existing, but the precise usage varies from language to language. A frequent Japanese expression, sude ni, meaning already, uses this character. This is a very common character. As it means gather, it appears in words related to compilation, concentration, and collections. The common Japanese verb for gather, as in a gathering of people, is atsumaru, and it uses this character. This character relates to grave, as in a cemetery. This character appears in the Japanese word kofun, or the Korean word kobun, meaning a burial mound or a tumulus. This one gets used in reference to classical literature, or the canon. It also appears in the words for dictionary or encyclopedia. In the context of the classic, along with the previous character, it has the meaning of ancient books. This character means also. In modern Japanese, this character seems to have replaced it, but it is still used as a jinmeo character, meaning that it could appear in names. If I'm not mistaken, this character was often used in ancient Chinese literature, meaning to or also, but it has become rarer in modern Chinese. It's worth noting that a common Korean expression, yokshi, meaning I knew it, or as expected, has its origin in the word seen here, which features this character. As we can see, languages evolve over time, and the usage of these characters within each language diverges. This character remains common in modern Chinese. It means gather, particularly in reference to gatherings of people. This one also gets used for references to compilations or collections. A well-known 7th century encyclopedia name includes this character. I've already mentioned how this one means group, and it appears in words ranging from a flock of sheep to a mass of people. Interestingly, it is also important in math, as it refers to mathematical concepts related to grouping. And this character is a very interesting one, particularly for an English speaker. It is part of the word for hero, and appears in a related word, prodigy. So in the context of the classic, there's a reference to a great scholar or a great intellectual. This character is also part of the Chinese and Korean words for England. The reason this character represents England in Chinese is that the sound of this character, ing, is similar to the ing syllable that starts the word England. So hence it is for phonetic reasons that it came to mean England. That's a wrap for this lesson. In the next lesson, we'll look at lines 121 and 122, which refer to a style of calligraphy and the writing on the walls of the palace.
천자문,
센지문,
千字文,
As always, I remind you that I make these videos partly for my own study purposes. My skills are not advanced in these languages, so if you notice a mistake or have a question, let me know in the comments. The goal of this channel is to make a video for each line of the classic, while using this classic as a lens to explore language study methods and connections between the Chinese, Japanese, and Korean languages. I wish you happy and productive language studies.